Hello and welcome to Daily We Do. Whenever Tanya and I meet couples that have been married for 20, 30, 40, or even 50 years, we try to ask them, could they give us one tip or piece of advice that has helped them have a long-lasting marriage? So today, we've decided to share with you guys some of the awesome responses we've received right after this. Hey guys, Justin and Tanya here back at you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time with us today, we want to say welcome. This channel is all about creating long-lasting, healthy relationships.
We would really appreciate it if you would share these videos, subscribe, hit that little bell notification so that you can be notified whenever we put out new videos, which is every Monday. Now let's get to the topic.
Tip number one, and this is a great piece of advice. When you're having financial struggles, work together and not against each other. Financial difficulties is probably one of the more difficult struggles a couple can go through. We know because we have been there. Tanya and I call this our sausage finger season. There was a short season early on in our marriage when we couldn't afford to buy many groceries due to tight finances, so we bought the cheapest stuff we could afford, which usually amounted to hot dogs and chili beans. And I remember eating so much of this poor quality, high sodium food that our fingers would literally swell up and look like sausages. Our rings could barely even fit us anymore. It was crazy.
We also had many date nights at the library because it was free. And even though it was the library, it gave us a date night out together and we would never take those moments back.
The reason I love this tip is because it's a good reminder that when we are going through financial hardships, we are not alone. There are other couples out there going through the same thing and many that have made it through. Although it's been tempting sometimes to take our frustrations out on each other, we've decided to join forces and do our best to stand together during these sausage finger seasons.
Second tip is from a couple married for over 30 years, and it is listen to your spouse and be attentive. Justin and I joke about this one all the time. So sometimes when I know he isn't listening to me, but he's nodding his head as if he were listening to me, I'll ask him to repeat back what I said as a test to see if he's actually listening. Now, I'm not saying to put your spouse on the spot like this, but this is a great tip and a reminder to listen to each other. Quick to listen and slow to speak. Right, baby? Baby?
Number 3. This tip was given to us at our engagement party by a couple married over 40 years. And I can honestly say that this tip has proven to be one of the most helpful and valuable tips given to us. It's no coarse joking.
Here's a couple of examples of coarse joking. Let's just say Justin gets off from work early and walks in the door and I jokingly say, "Oh, home so early, that figures, you don't work much anyway." Or
let's say there's a sink full of dirty dishes and I jokingly say, "You're so lazy," which I would never say that.
You better not.
You never do housework, and the list goes on and on. It's little jabs that are okay
until they aren't okay. Sometimes those statements can come back and start to bother you and make you wonder or question if in fact your spouse really does have those negative feelings about you. Of course, we joke around all the time with each other, but we don't say things that are harsh or that could hurt each other. Fourth tip is from my dad that's been married for over 50 years. My dad was a counselor and counseled many couples, and something he said he counseled couples about was this: never get too big-headed and think you know more than your spouse. Whatever you accomplish in life, look at it as a victory accomplished together, loving each other in humility and in unity. And my mom's tip is to be courteous, which means being polite, respectful, and considerate of each other. Now, this tip can be a challenge when you've been married for a long time because we oftentimes take our frustrations out on those closest to us. So this is a great tip. Thanks, Mom.
And just a few honorable mentions for our list today. Laugh at each other's jokes, spend quality time with each other, show affection, compromise if necessary, admit when you're wrong, be secure in who you are, and respect who your spouse is.
And 2 of the most important tips of all, put God at the center of your marriage and daily pray together.
And we're going to close this out today with a passage from Ephesians. It says, "Submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. That's it in a nutshell, guys. Let's love one another as Christ loves us. Let's develop long-lasting relationships rooted in God, never taking each other for granted, but lifting each other up, knowing that our relationships are a gift from God. So all glory and reverence belong to Him. We love you guys.
We love you guys.
Peace.
Well, it would take patience and love. You know, you have to love somebody to put up with them.
The minute I saw her.
He tells me almost every day that he loves me. It makes me feel what he knows that he does.
Get away from the modern thinking. Chill.
He's a romantic. More than I am.
You can show your lady that she's doing a fine job. You're proud of her. And if she is doing that, you know, I think that means everything.